Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daily here, checking in with Gamersplatoon, and we're here to check out another episode of the Armory. Today we're going to be bringing you Diablo 3. Yes, Diablo 3, people. Probably been waiting for this one. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you don't like Diablo, but it's here, and we're going to be taking a look at that today. So here we are, Diablo 3 in-game menu. We're going to be checking out some of the options and menu features real quick. The first one everybody's been hype about is the auction house. Now the auction house does not let you do the real money transactions right now, and if you're wondering what that is, there's rumored to be real money transactions in the auction house, i.e. you may sell your items for real money in the game. People have thought about making a living off of doing this, so something to think about. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Why don't you leave the your opinion down in the bottom in the description, or excuse me, on the comments, and let us know how you feel. So we'll look at the auction house real quick, and you'll see in the auction house you can search for whatever type of item you're looking for. You can sort the items types. You can sell your own equipment. In here you can view existing auctions, and you can view the completed auctions, the ones that you've sold. So auction house, whether you like it or you don't, it's here, and it seems that they have things out here selling for 150,000 gold, which is a pretty good price in the Diablo world. And here you can see the currency is not available until 6/12, which is actually tomorrow. So maybe we'll do an update video and we'll see how they're doing. So the next part, instead of town scrolls like in Diablo 2, they have these portals now that you can go to get back and forth, and when you're playing with people, they'll see this banner here, and this is a fully customizable banner. They have all sorts of things you can unlock by getting achievements. They have different banner types. You can customize this. You can customize the pattern, what's on the banner. You can customize the emblem that's on there. It's fully customizable to the way you want, and that's pretty cool. I like the old system, but I see where they're trying to freshen it up and give it a new feel. So at least they added something neat in here. There's a ton of features in the game that I may or may not disagree with, but they have stepped up on a lot of things. And the second to last thing is we have the achievements page here. You'll see there's a ton of achievements in the game for you to get, and there's all the different acts here. There's just a ton of stuff that this game gives you. It's a lot of content is what I'm trying to stress to you. You have your profile, it keeps track of all your kills, your highest level of progress, all the different characters that you have, all sorts of stuff. It's all kept and tracked here. Currently there's 5 classes in the game, which I will show you real quick. But aside from this, there's other things about Diablo that are nice. Here are the classes that you can choose from. You have the Wizard, Witch Doctor, Monk, Demon Hunter, and Barbarian. The only returning ones, I believe, are the Wizard and the Barbarian, and I believe the Wizard is the Sorceress, is what she could be described as, and then obviously the Barbarian is also a returning character. The Demon Hunter is new. The Monk is definitely new. I don't know how he made it in here, and the Witch Doctor is new. I have a feeling though that there may be another pack or expansion or something coming out that will add more characters. But let's talk about one more thing before we cover the last bit here, and that's the hardcore hero. The hardcore hero, when he dies, he's dead, and that's for the ultimate end-all be-all person, the person that's in here to play Diablo the hardest way. Get yourself a hardcore hero, but don't die, because it'll be all over then. That game mode is awesome. As a person like myself who enjoys realistic games and stuff like that, I've always wanted to see a game where you pay the ultimate sacrifice. By dying, you are completely dead, and it's easy to die in Diablo, so very cool. And the last thing that we'll check out before we hop in game and show you those features is the social interaction menu. This can link your friends from Facebook, from World of Warcraft, anything Blizzard related. You can add them in this way, and it works very well. It's a very nice way to interact with your people here, and you can set, your status. It's almost like your little in-game, chat source, and it's nice. You can see your friends' levels, when was the last time they played, and all sorts of good stuff. So, good job, Blizzard, on making a great title, great content. I like this so far. So let's hop in game and talk about some of the negative things and some of the positive things, but I'm going to definitely let you know what I don't like coming up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in game Diablo 3. This is my pre-made character. I've already had this guy set up for quite some time. I've been playing him while I gathered some information for the review, but you'll see that he looks a little different than the guy in the beginning. This is because the armor and the weapons that you get take a real effect in game. So when you put on armor, you can see the armor on yourself, which is very cool, very neat. It's your standard Diablo 3 look, top down, but they added a cool feature where you can actually get down into the combat now with this zoom function, and you can fight and do anything just like this. It's a little tougher to navigate, but it gives you a good idea and a good view of what you're actually wearing. Now, as I said before, we could talk all day about the ins and outs of Diablo 3, why it's better and why it's worse than Diablo 2. The improvements are there. There's some things that were taken away that I don't like, but that's besides the point. We're here to check out the game. So the game offers a couple different things in here. You have your journals and your quests, so there's tons of backstory and things to read here where you can, if you are interested, you can catch up on the Diablo lore. Some people like that. They have a couple books out and stuff, so it's nice for them to offer that to everybody. You have your in-game inventory, and as you can see, there's tons of weapons and stuff in the game. That's one of the big things about Diablo, is how many weapons and stuff. There's randomly generated stuff. You see the green ones are rare items. I've got a couple legendary items, which is the harder things to find in the game, and it's really nice for them to have so much gear in the game that it keeps it fun, it keeps it fresh. There's always stuff to be had and to be looking for. You'll see it plays out like your standard RPG game, where it's and you have a stat log and all that kind of stuff that you can check, versus your weapons and items. My money in game, this stuff right here is very important right now. Everything in Diablo costs a little bit of money, from buying slots in your stash, which is your in-game thing where you can basically store your items and stuff like that you find over time that you can't keep in your inventory. You can buy stash tabs and basically store your items in here, so it's pretty good. They do make it accessible for you to store the hundreds of items that you have and that you'll find while you're playing. So we'll look at the combat, which is a little unique from most games. It's click combat. They also do have a feature where you don't have to click, you can just hold down the mouse button. But what I mean by click combat is when we get in here, if my microphone's picking everything up, you'll hear that I click a lot. I click for every attack that I do, and that's kind of fun for me. It's different than a lot of other games, but there's tons of skills and stuff in here as well. Not as many as Diablo 2, I don't think, but you'll see I'm using a bunch of different types of skills here, and the combat's just fast-paced, in your face, and that's what I like about it. But that's just a tad bit of the combat. Here's the skill tree. You'll see that there's different skills. There's 4 offhand skills, which is the ones that you use with the numbers 1 through 4. Then you have your 2 primary attack skills, and each one of those has 3 to 4 different attacks that you can do. So there is a variety in the game for the skills and the combat and things like that, and you can really kind of tailor make it to what you are. I'm kind of a heavy duty kind of barbarian where I'm going to try and get in there and do a lot of damage and that kind of thing. So I have my skills tailored to that particular aspect of what I'm doing. But there's also there's also a lot of cool features here that necessarily aren't in any other RPG, or whatever you want to classify this as. I classify it as an RPG. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but it's very different than most other RPGs. And we'll come in here and do a little combat as well. Kind of show you the big boy mode. Turn into this big crazy barbarian where I can just hack and slash everybody. My attack speed is raised, and each class has their kind of big special ability, and this one's mine. But this is Diablo 3, man, and like I said, there's tons of stuff we could say about it and tons of stuff we could talk about, but you've seen the menus, you've seen all of the different features in the game that make it very accessible. It's very easy to navigate. Even if you're a first-time Diablo player, it's not hard to figure this game out. It's go here, go there kind of thing. So the story and the quest line may be, I wouldn't say boring, but it may be a little dull, but that's besides the point. Diablo has tons of gear, tons of weapons. It's got 4-player co-op. It's got everything that you could want in a game to play, and it's tons of fun because everything is randomized. These levels, these worlds are randomized. There's currently 4 acts, and each act has a different landscape. So you're going to be visiting different things, from snowy hilltops to fortresses, to hell, to heaven, to deserts, swamps. You're going to go and you're going to see it all, and it's all really unique. The amount of bad guys in the game is outstanding. There's tons of different character models for bad guys that you're facing, and some of them, if we can find one, have unique talents and special things that allow them to be a little better than your normal bad guy. And if we can find one before we run out of time here, we will. But all in all, Diablo is definitely worth the pickup. It's definitely a good game, and you should definitely pick it up if you can. One thing that you're not going to see here in the video that I can attest for is the cinematics. The CG cinematics in this game are quite amazing. They're a very big step up from most RPGs and games of this type. They're just absolutely stunning, and if you have some time, I would YouTube Diablo 3 cinematics and just take a look, because they're kind of breathtaking, man. They're very good for this type of game. So with that said, we'll hop in and see if we can find okay, guys, so in addition to the regular monsters in the game, the ones that we were just fighting earlier, you're going to see these guys like this one chasing me here. That these are like elite, like little mini bosses, and they're kind of tough to kill. They have special powers. You see, this one's a former captain of the guard, so he's a little stronger than the normal person. But they drop better loot. They have better things going on for them, and you see here that he was a lot harder to kill than these guys. So the game does offer a curve to the regular monsters. They're gonna switch it up. It's not always just gonna be the easy guys. So with that said, there's definitely variety to the gameplay. You're gonna fight tons of mini bosses. There's some purple ones that are like mini bosses. There's some green ones that are rare spawns. There's some silver ones that are like elite mobs. I believe they may also be purple as well. But they'll have like a silver lining around their name tag. So the game offers a ton of variety as far as the people that you're going to be fighting, and it's definitely welcomed. So guys, you've seen it all. This is Diablo 3. You've seen all the in-game stuff. You've seen all the weapons, all the armor, all the customization. The different types of enemies, the landscape. We've talked about it all. Possible DLC coming out as well. You also have all the cool stuff in the main menu with the real money auction house, the public games, the 4-player co-op. You also have all the achievements, the stats, everything. It's just a fully loaded game. It may not be the best game out there by any means, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of content and it's a lot of fun. So check out Diablo 3, and we will see you guys next time in the Armory. This is Daily checking out for Gamersplatoon. We'll see you guys next time.